What is up, guys? Dopestar930 here today with my tutorial on how to install R-jtag into any Phat HDMI console. What is needed for this is a soldering iron, soldering supplies, an R-jtag starter ultimate kit, a NAND reader, I use the nand-x, JRunner software, a Phat HDMI console, and a minimum of 15574-. And there's also a couple additional things you can get, but we'll go into that later on. So again, we are going to be installing the R-jtag. In this one, I use the stuff that's included in the starter kit, but nonetheless, if you have an ultimate kit, it's not much of a difference. So to get started, you're going to want to turn on your Xbox and go over to your settings, and you want to make sure that you are past that the dashboard version 15574. If you're not, just go ahead and you can update your console if you want to. But anyways, so we're going to go ahead and break down the console. Mine's already kind of halfway apart. And first thing we're going to do is hook up our nand-x or NAND reader to the Xbox. So I'll go ahead and show you guys a diagram of that. Please, guys, remember with my videos, they're kind of reference to see what to do. So you're going to have to pause the video a lot, I'm sure, to be able to catch it all. But right now I'm just kind of fast forward showing you guys me installing my nand-x wires. It definitely helps, guys, to use plenty of flux and pre-tinning points, especially if they're delicate or fragile points. You don't want to have to hold your iron on a delicate point for too long. Yeah, so again, guys, it didn't. This is like sped up like all crazy, so it's gonna take you a while longer than this video shows. But I'm just doing the last two, the green and the blue outer nand-x wires. Once you have that hooked up, you're going to go ahead and plug in the power cable to your Xbox 360. Do not power on your Xbox though. Then plug in the cable to the nand-x itself and plug the nand-x into your computer. And then we're going to go ahead and open up JRunner on the computer, and we'll continue from there. Alright, so all we're doing right now is reading our NAND. You want to select 4. That's probably the safest bet, is to have 4 selected. And you want to make sure it's yeah, again, four different reads of your NAND. And once you do that, go ahead and click Read NAND. It is going to take a while, so sit back, grab a beer, I don't know, do an errand, and we'll come back when it's done reading the NAND 4 times. Alright, once it's done, you want to go down into the status box or the black box and make sure that on all the different NAND reads it says NANDs are the same. Once you're done with that, we're actually going to go ahead and begin to install the chip. First thing I do is put pre-tin all the pads on the chip itself. Once I do that, I go ahead and attach the wires to them before I actually solder any of them onto the motherboard. Alright, then you're going to need to install either this QSB if you have the ultimate kit, or if not, I made you a diagram right here. This is for a direct wire install if you bought the starter kit, because there was not really a good diagram out there. Then you're going to have to install the post out regardless of whether you have the starter or ultimate, as well as the CPU reset wire, which is the blue wire. Once you're done soldering in that chip, you're going to have to solder in the JTAG QSB, if that's what you're using, to the bottom of the board. Then I showed you guys the dip settings. You don't actually there's no timing file, so you just switch the dips that I outlined right there in order to put it for your motherboard. And then also on here I show you guys the default settings for the JTAG QSB. Then don't forget, lastly, to connect the ribbon cable from the chip itself to the post out. It won't work without that. And once again, same old drill, plug in the power cable into your Xbox 360 and plug in the nand-x to your PC and hook it all up. This time in JRunner, we're going to go ahead and write Zel over so we can get our CPU key. Just make sure you click JTAG and click Create Excel Reloaded. Select your motherboard type. In my case, it's a Falcon. Then just go ahead and click Write Zel Reloaded. I don't do it because I already actually I do it, never mind. Yeah, it'll be fairly quick. It's not a very large NAND or not a large bin file to write. So once you're done with that, guys, all you need to do is power on your Xbox 360, and if everything went correctly, you should be greeted with Zel. It could take a little bit. I mean, the R-jtag's fairly quick, so there you go, it popped up. Then you're going to want to take a picture of your CPU key, as you can see I did right there. Once you're done with that, go bounce back over to JRunner and just enter in your CPU key in the CPU key line. As you can see, I've done there. Once you've done that, make sure again JTag is selected, and all you're going to do is click Create Image, which will create your hacked freeboot dash image. Once it's done, just click Write NAND. It'll take a little bit longer than writing Xel because it's a larger bin file. But once you're done with that, you're done, guys. Actually, if everything went correctly, you'll have an R-jtag console. So I decided to include a couple extra things for you guys, because I ran into a lot of issues with this actually. So if you're getting 0022, go back through everything and triple check your soldering, and you can also try the old school JTag method, which is what I did, and it worked for me. So this is the method that they want you to use with their QSB, but if you guys have ever done the old school JTag or not, this is the wiring for it, and that this works really well, so you can use that and give that a shot. And also with the R-jtag, there's a shitload of tweaking and things like that you can do. Some of the things you can do is try different length CPU reset wires. You can try different dips. You can try them all, and then mess with the voltage settings in the R-jtag, which I show you right here. Standard is default, where it's open. Then you can go 1.2 volts and 1.8 volts to, if you're not getting boots, or just see if you get better results. But I think it's more so if it's not booting at all. But once again, guys, I hope this can help you out. This will, if you follow this, take you through the whole process, and your console will be R-jtagged if you follow this. Again, you're not supposed to watch this video and do the R-jtag in real time. It's more of, okay, that's what I do, pause the video, go back in the video, look at the picture, just so you have things as a visual guide, as an audio and visual guide. Because for me, I know that my head was kind of spinning looking through all the forums and the text and the pictures up and down on the page. So anyways, if you do have any questions or concerns, please feel free to leave a comment in the description, and as always, I will try my best to answer and help you guys out. Once again, guys, this is the tutorial on how to install the R-jtag into any Phat HDMI console. Please like and subscribe for more.